Hi everyone, my name is Adi Molina and I'm going to make a presentation about the final draft of English Level 7. So, my main subject is Mortal Kombat versus Injustice Gods Among Us. This subject is about the video games category. This I'm going to talk about which game is more important and which game has more relevance in the fighting category. So, to start, I'm going to talk about Mortal Kombat. Well, Mortal Kombat is a famous game that was produced in 1991, designed by Ed Boon and John Tobias, and developed by Midways. Mortal Kombat brings a new concept to the fighting category. This game was produced in order to fight against the production of Capcom Street Fighter. Street Fighter was becoming very popular in 1991. Street Fighter 1 and Street Fighter 2 was getting a lot of fans. But in 1992, Midway designed this new game that changed the whole concept of fighting categories in video games and arcades. This game was gaining a lot of fans very fast, and the question why are you asking? It's because Mortal Kombat bring a new visualized things in the arcade. So the Mortal Kombat game was making some special effects that make it very realistic, bringing a lot of whole new drawings and with the thing that every gamer like, that it's violence. Not only will place it fights and will place it scenarios are in Mortal Kombat. This the main subject brings a lot of categorization between gods and fights and monsters and all kind of things. So Mortal Kombat was designed to make a whole new thing of fighting category. As we can see here, we have a photo of a scorpion, a very popular subject in Mortal Kombat. That is why important to realize the important things and graphics of Mortal Kombat that was used in that time. It was a whole new change to the arcade games. It's like I was talking, Mortal Kombat has a lot of decades of fans and video games made. The last video game that was released was in 2018, Mortal Kombat 11, changing and making a new prospect of Mortal Kombat for the future. As we can say, Mortal Kombat has a lot of violence, and that's why it's very interesting for gamers like me that want to play and know combos, to know how the ability of a gamer is developed. That's why Mortal Kombat is very popular and has fans across a lot of years. Here we have two popular characters that are Scorpion and Sub-Zero. This is the wallpaper of Mortal Kombat number 10. As I was saying, in 1993, Mortal Kombat made $10 million in merchandising and production of video games. These video games were very popular across the United States. Also make a lot of controversy because the violence and the blood that it was seen in all the screens of Mortal Kombat arcades. That's why many people were against this game. As we can see, this is the main wallpaper of Mortal Kombat, the first game produced of 1991. As we can see in there are a lot of fighters like Raiden, Kyle, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and other ones. Very well known by the fans of Mortal Kombat and that like this game. The thing and the interesting plot of Mortal Kombat is that this game has a lot of history. This game also have a plot that can be very confusing. So that's why I think Mortal Kombat can make a great generate for new generations to be very confused and pointless. But for other generations that have been here making playing Mortal Kombat since PlayStation 1, since GameCube, and since other consoles, till the consoles that are very new like Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Mortal Kombat brings the thing that a gamer always wants, and like I've said previously, it's the violence and blood. So that's why I think Mortal Kombat is a good game with a very confusing story, but a good game that brings what the gamer wants, that it's violence and fighting. There we have Injustice, Gods Among Us. Injustice, Gods Among Us is a game produced in 2013 by the same producers of Mortal Kombat, that is Ed Boon. Ed Boon designing a new whole game in 2003 with the collaboration of NetherRealm. These video game makers make a new whole thing from DC point of view. changing the whole thing of fighting category, bringing two of the most iconic heroes of every kid and everyone, that it's the Man of Steel and the Dark Knight. Batman and Superman changed the whole fighting category of video games by making this game one of the most successful games of the year of 2013. And maybe you are wondering why if this is the same concept of Mortal Kombat. The thing that attracts the people like me and other gamers is the plot. Why the plot? Mortal Kombat Injustice bring a new whole plot. So that's why in the market of Injustice they make a lot of whole new money and millions of dollars, because Injustice take a whole new plot to another level. Not the same thing and contextualized thing of good versus evil, of heroes versus villains. Mortal Kombat Injustice puts the game of superheroes versus superheroes. And here we have the fight of Batman versus Superman, of what is good and correct, about the ethics, and brings a whole new philosophical questions to the thing. As we can see, there is a fight between Superman and Batman. I'm going to be more detailed about the plot, because it brings whole billions and heroes in two groups. The group that was the regime of Superman and the rebels of Batman. There we can see this main story starts with when the Joker tricks Superman and he utilizes him to kill his own wife and his unborn child. The Joker poisons Superman and makes him think that his lovely wife, Lois Lane, is Doomsday, his worst enemy. So that's why Superman, fighting against Doomsday, that it really was Lois Lane, kills her, taking her to the space and letting her die. When Superman realized, it was very late. Also, the Joker put some cables that was connected to a bomb that was in Metropolis, the city of Superman. When Lois Lane died, the bomb was activated, killing millions of people in Metropolis and everyone that Superman know and love. That's why Superman lost his mind and makes certain things that the DC heroes didn't make, that was killing. This death for Superman represented that everything is very fragile and everything can be destroyed, making Superman lose his mind. First, I would like to say that the video game indeed is really good, but what it attracted more of Injustice for me is the comics. Injustice Comics is about the 5 years before the game, talking about how was the time before the plot that presents Injustice Gods Among Us, the video game. So in Injustice Comics, this is a preview of the Injustice Comics. This is a preview of the Injustice Comics, seeing Superman. As we can see, Superman kills the Joker and every villain ever known. There is a fight that presents a lot of heroes, making heroes transform to villains and villains transform to the heroes. They are divided and a lot of fights and a lot of consequence to the world. Superman controls the world in his own regime, an evil regime controlled by the fear. So for the question, which one is better, we can see that are the same. For example, here we have an image of Nightwing fighting Deathstroke. There we have the prequel of Injustice 2. And as we can see, there's the first image of Mortal Kombat of 1991, seeing that the characters were very realistic. There we have the Mortal Kombat of 2011, showing a new whole level of violence and what the gamer likes. So for a gamer like I like a lot the plot, so I can say that Injustice is a good game and can defeat Mortal Kombat. But Mortal Kombat also have a lot of tradition and years of history, so you cannot defeat that. Thanks, that will be all.